Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a good point, Trey.
Thank you very much. I try, I'm not the best interviewer, but I try to get a point across.
Yeah, and I don't know if I thanked you, but I appreciate this opportunity, and it's an honor to be with you and be on your podcast, and I really thank you for asking me to do it. It means a lot.
Well, my pleasure. It's my pleasure. My next question to you is, what do you find is the most challenging part or the most difficult part being an actor?
Lately, and I think it's part of the process, is that, when we go into the auditioning rooms, whether it's in the auditioning rooms or whether you're on set, the challenge for me is to, kind of like release and untie just what I was talking about, the things that I don't have control over. Mm-hmm. When you're on set, I'll give you an example. When I was on set, I flew to South Korea and filmed the movie Ashfall, which was CJ Entertainment and Dexter Studios. I mean, this was the big leagues. This was the mm-hmm. big leagues, and it was my first time on a big league set, and there was like 20, 30 people. I had my own interpreter, I had my own driver and stuff like that. But when you're in that atmosphere on set, you have a tendency to get overwhelmed with all the people that are around the set. You get overwhelmed with the director, and sometimes you get outside of the scene and you start worrying about what's going on, and you can't. You've got to go in, and the challenge is that you stay calm and you listen to what's going on to what your scene partner is saying and what's going on, and all of a sudden the cameras disappear. All the people around you disappear, all the flags and all the lights and everything disappear, and it just becomes you and that scene partner. And to get to that place finally was oh my gosh, it was so awesome to be able to walk through and get into auditioning rooms and have that calmness and that confidence and to go on set. So those are the big challenges, because you're dealing with a lot of things, and all of a sudden you have these feelings come up inside of you, and you may mess up a line and believe me, everybody messes up a line. I mean, you can be, when I did Age of the Living Dead, I had like 2 months to, it was a TV series in season 1. I had like 2 months it was a big role. I had like 60 lines. I mean, it was just a lot of stuff. And if you're going to make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes. But what happens, and I watched it one time with another actor on set, he started messing up, and he just crumbled on set. And, you don't want to be the person that crumbles on set. You want to be prepared. But it happened to me. I had one experience, and I'm so grateful that I had it, where I was on set, and all of a sudden I started, because I'm a perfectionist, I'm sure a lot of us are perfectionists, mm-hmm. and I started messing up a line. And then what happened was, when you mess up a line, the actor wants to try harder. Oh my gosh, I messed up the line. I got to try harder. I got to go back. I got to read my lines. And see, the brain, what I learned was that our brain already knows the lines. And what happened to me, I believe, and it happens to a lot of actors, is that you start trying harder. And it's like being in quicksand. And the next thing you know, you just start sinking, and it gets worse, and you're stumbling worse, and you're trying harder. So, that's a challenge, to be able to trust your brain and trust yourself that, hey man, my brain knows the lines. I don't even have to, just shut the switch off upstairs. And I think that's a big part of acting, is shutting the switch off upstairs and just going in blank. And each, a lot of times on set, they'll film one scene like 10 times. And what I've learned going into a scene, filming it 10 times, is that you cannot go in to a scene with with a set of ideas of how you're going to deliver those lines, like you're going to do something. You have to go in each time, because you never know what your scene partner is going to do. Your scene partner may change something, He may do something different in the scene, and which may cause a different reaction. So, yeah, it's a blast. I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's a team effort, It's not just a one-man show, You have to work with the other actors, the lighting people, the director, the producer,
Mm-hmm.
And it's a business, but it's also a competition. But, it's a kind of a friendly competition,
Absolutely. And everybody has their job to do. And believe me, everybody is wanting to do it the best they can. So, and everybody, I mean, even giving an example of what you're talking about, is like walking into the auditioning room. It took me a while to understand that those people on the other side of the table are nervous too. They don't know how we're going to react when we walk into the room. They want to find somebody that's going to fit the role. So everybody's in pretty much the same boat. I believe an actor has a much harder hill to climb, because we never know when our next gig's going to come.
Yeah, that's another challenging part of being an actor, is finding work, And
yes.
And it's an unpredictable business. It's, you have good seasons and bad seasons, Yeah,
I had 2019, I had so much momentum going. It was like my year where I was starting to break out. I mentioned earlier, I flew 14 hours to South Korea to be in that film, Ashfall. I played a 2-star general in that one. That was out in theaters. It grossed like 64 million worldwide. It was like the #1 box seller for 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I had Ashfall, and then we filmed season 2 of Age of the Living Dead, which, coming out of season 1 of Age of the Living Dead, which is on Prime Video, coming out of season 1, I didn't even know if I was going to come back for season 2, because the way season 1 ended, I mean, they could have cut me out of season 2, but they brought me back in season 2, and they doubled my role. It got bigger. So that was a big positive thing. So 2019, I had Ashfall, Age of the Living Dead season 2, and then an Age of the Living Dead TV series is by Dystopian Films and director Paul Tanner. They also filmed Stealing Chaplin in Las Vegas, and they cast me in that. So I have a great relationship with Dystopian Films, Paul Tanner, Simon Phillips, and Ken Bresser's the producer. And that's an important part of acting too, is building relationships. Don't burn any bridges.
Absolutely. Yeah, always take opportunities, always look at the opportunities. You can always close that door, but go into the door first and see what awaits,
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of us actors, in 2020, it was a rough year for everybody, not just as an actor, but just for everybody. It was just, with the COVID and everything. So everything came to a screeching halt. And I only did one film in 2020. It was The Way by Dastan Khalili, which I'm really excited about. That's going to be coming out here pretty soon, I think in about another month or so. So I'm excited about that. And I just filmed it was a short film, but it was a great short film with a great director, Chuck Adams, called Brussels Sprouts. I grew a beard for it. It was fun.
Absolutely. I've done a few independent films and student films, and I kind of like, and I'm a theater actor as well, besides doing the radio, but I like student films and independent films because it gives the aspiring creators expertise and experience from these actors, and you learn a little bit from it too. It's much more diverse and much more interesting than a big star film,
Right. Well, I'll tell you, I have all the respect for the theater actors. I think some of the best actors come out of theater. Christopher Walken, Liam Neeson. I mean, we could go on and on. Come out of theater. They were Broadway theater actors, and they went into TV and film. And a lot of your old school actors start out in theater. I wish, if I was to do it all over again, which you can't. I would have done theater early in my life, and probably because the theater theater and TV and film is two different animals, as you know, because in theater, you've got to be really you got to be with your hands, and your voice has got to be reached to the back of the room, and you've got to be able to make sure that the guy in the last row hears you. And theater actors come into TV and film, and it's like the teacher will tell them, look, man, you need to take your voice down a couple notches, and not so dramatic, because now it's most of your stuff's going to be close up. So it's a transition, but the theater, what they teach you in theater to be connected and all that, Groundlings is kind of like a theater type platform to learn on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, absolutely. Groundlings is it's improvisation, and it's very theater based, I've heard a lot of things about it, and it's a very interesting experience for an actor to go to experience that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, and the good thing about Groundlings, what I really enjoyed, and you have two aspects about Groundlings. One is that they have written scripted shows, and they have written scripted improv, and then they have unscripted. And the unscripted is what you do in the training. And so you get up on stage and you have no script. It's just you and the scene partner. Sometimes it's 3 scene partners. And so if you're not listening to your scene partner, you're going to miss some real key gold stuff that you can add to, as you're making your own script and your own scene. So that's what's so key about Groundlings, is that, man, it makes you listen. It makes you connect it. It makes you, have to listen to everything. You pay attention to the body language, to pay attention to their emotions and all that stuff. So I loved it. I fell in love with it.
Absolutely. Definitely. And I always tell aspiring actors it's always best to go to an acting course or acting class to get that experience and work with fellow aspiring actors, and reassure yourself, this isn't just a one-man show. You can't do it alone. There's other people that want to do this as well,
Exactly. And it's a great, and another positive thing about the whether it's TV and film acting classes or whether it's Groundlings, I mean, what a great place to be to network.
Mm-hmm.
I've met a lot of good friends in the acting classes and in Groundlings that are still friends to this day. And I have a great relationship with the director, Joe Pena, who I did a short film my first year. I luckily got a short film. And and this is, back to the point that everything that we do in this industry is important. He's gone from making short films as a director. He's now an A-list director. He just did Arctic with Mads Mikkelsen. He just directed Stowaway, which is on Netflix with Anna Kendrick, Daniel Day Kim, and Toni Collette. I converse with him. So hopefully one of these days I'll get cast in one of his films. But we'll see.
Absolutely. Keep the doors open. Opportunities come every day,
Yes, they do, Trey.
Well, Mr. Ray, thank you.
Opportunities.
Thank you very much for letting me interview you. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you continued success with your career. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Trey, and I wish you continued success. And again, I just want to thank you so much for asking me to be on your podcast. It was a lot of fun.
My pleasure. I'll send you a link to the interview when it's published. It should be uploaded. Today's Friday. It should be uploaded by Monday afternoon. So I'll send you a link.
Excellent. Thank you, Trey. And you have a great day in Mississippi.
Thank you. You have a great day too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
And that was actor Mr. Michael Ray. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And it's good to be back. We had a week and a weekend without an interview, and good to be back and talk to you all. As always, God bless you all.